Going live, yeah. Ooh, why it's called. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Amber Skies. My name's Blades, and yes, Amber Skies, future of 3D networks. Look what we have on screen. 3D. Right. So, finish the warehouse. I need to pop that into a file. Core display ion MMO display, want that up and working. Init 3D, update 3D, yes. And on MMO GUI, we just need to redo the input, which I haven't. Can I remember how that's done? No, but I think we can find out. It's not going to be impossible. Alrighty. Can't remember offhand, but it's... Oh, we've already got it in the camera, haven't we? The camera's already moving. So yes, we'll be able to do the movement without a problem. I hope. Code. Hello, code. Let's start off with Amber, the sandbox, because whatever's in the sandbox isn't in the bits that we want. And here it is. It's a class called Warehouse, and it belongs in Amber SL because I haven't put it in. Amber SL. Have we got anything on the top line? We haven't. Okay, I'll pop it on the top line then. New file. So it's just model warehouse. Nothing too abstract. Alright, model warehouse .h. I've got to be careful because my eyes aren't working yet. Problems other people don't have. New file. And that's going to be a model warehouse .cpp. Let's make sure I've spelt those right. Yep, looks like I have. And this is the top. So it's just Amber SL. And then it's just slash model warehouse. With an L. That didn't work quite well. Yep, that's okay. Yeah, I'm happy with that. So this is a CPP side, isn't it? There we go. And we'll just pop this down here as a .h. And everything should be happy. Happy, happy, joy, joy. At long last, things are becoming happy, happy, joy, joy in the programming world. Nothing's going to jump out and surprise us anymore, which is good, I guess. And where are we? We are there, so that's hash include. And it's just going to be model warehouse.h. Namespace is Amber. Is it? I think it is. Yeah, namespace is Amber, followed by the folder on Amber. It has its own way of doing things, which is fine. That's the only namespace I'm going to need though. So So we'll just copy that over. Here we go. Not a difficult start to the day. I'm liking this. I'm liking this a lot. There we go. So, how do we do this? Or how do I do this? Main. I'll take you as a class. She's only down to here. It's not a massive class at the moment. It may grow. And I'll cut you out. Pop you in here. And pop you in here. Alright, everybody's happy. Alright, what we got here? Headers. So hash include, we'll have vector. Hash include, and it's models. And I want model textures. Textured. That one there. API data loader will be needed. Hash include API data loader, please. We'll have one of you. Anything else I can spot? Core. Yeah, okay. Hash include core. We've got the text file handler there. Model loaders, obj loader. Hash include. I think that is in models. Yeah, it will be on it. Model loaders and obj loaders there. It's looking good. What have we got down here? Oh, that's an IO stream bit that we don't need. Core split, yes. That's a good idea. We'll have that. Hash include core. There's a lot in this one. And that's amber string. IO stream. May as well put it in as it's being used, but I'm not keen on it. There we go. I think we should be running out of red markers now. Yeah, we are. Okay. So if I come here, and now we should have red markers here. Model warehouse, warehouse. So if I just hash include it, it should be okay. I'll pop it in here for now. Hash include. And it is amber SL. Actually, no, it's not for this one. It's just model warehouse. There we go. And that should be able to compile now. Is it gone? Yeah, it's gone. Right, it's understood what I've done. Alrighty. Okay. No idea why I set that up that way. Okay. So, first things we have to do is make sure that the test runs. that's a given. So if I get hold of the test and run it, we have errors. Texture loader resource, blah blah blah. Okay, what can you not do? Unable to load shader. dot amber SL. Pardon? Why can't you load a shader? We haven't touched the shaders. How interesting. Resource texture shaders decided to throw a wobbler on us. Oh. That's fine. Warehouse. The model textured. Okay. You were not able to init the shaders. Does that affect the shaders then? Oh, wait a minute, I haven't finished this. Oops. But yeah, it's working. It's me messing up this lot, yeah. Okay. What have we got here now? We have the header file has to be modified to semicolon and get rid of that. And you, semicolon, get rid of that. You're not needed. Semicolon helps if we do all of this, doesn't it? No, that's for return. It's only doing one thing, that's good. Delete. Yeah, that's all it's doing at the moment. So that's the header file. That's better. Alright, let's go and make the CPPs. Diddly-diddly-dee. So I don't want that. And we want that colon. So we'll do that. And just pop these in front there. Alrighty, starting to look better now. Yep, that's looking a bit better. In fact, that's looking a lot better. And just pull it back in. Okay. Yeah, I can leave that. That's okay. That's okay. Or okay then. Terminal. Run build task. And this is Amber SL now, isn't it? Yeah, let's build you. Fantastic. And back here in main, just do a rebuild on you. We'll try that again. No, he doesn't like it. Oh, bless. And it's on the terrain. Unable to load shader. Alright, I'll keep you up this time. We've got a shader missing. Why would that be? Where is the shader? The shader is in .amber SL source. Yeah, well I can understand that because we've been messing around with it. So load shaders is shader loader. Create shader. Right, I got it. It's in OpenGL, I guess. And it should be here. Yeah. And that's that done. Yep, looking good. Okay. That's a CPP file, so we have to rebuild, unfortunately. And update that. Close that off. I'm glad I ran this. This is what the test programs are for. Main program needs to recompile. Okay, change something in the main program, which forces it to recompile. There we go. And it's working. No problem. So we know that Amber SL is a working object in itself. The warehouse is working. That's good. And it should close down nicely. Yes, it does. Okay. We'll all go on Amber SL. Nice, huh? It's nice having a test. So we don't have to keep running around trying to work out what we've done wrong. Amber SL is now solid. So that has been updated. Updated for model warehouse. And that's gone. That's done. That's still on the master. Oops. Proto 2, isn't it, that we're using? And that's Proto underscore 2. Alright, we'll put you onto Proto underscore 2 and just initialize that. In case we need more changes, which we will. Lovely. I love it when a problem solves itself rather than causes itself. All problems solve themselves. Good. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. Yep, you're done. Right, so where are we up to? We are up to... we've got that upgraded and we've moved the model warehouse. So we're now onto the core display, MMO display, and all I want to do first of all is get the display up and working without freezing. Right. think we can do that. And then we have to look at the initializer and the updater to do something positive rather than do what it's doing at the moment, which is nothing. Alrighty, well, it's doing something, but nothing constructive, shall we say. So yes, let's get that on the screen then. MMO display, that's you. And we're looking at the source. I don't think the application's got too much of a problem. I think it's going to be our core display that has. And it's update core display, which I need to look at more than anything else, because I think I've already SDL initialized. I've initialized the UDP because it's got the correct things now in the initializer. Did I? No, it doesn't matter. Don't check it now. Do it later. Don't get distracted. I'm just thinking, did I do that in MMO GUI? Probably not. So we've got our new Amber display there, our new window. Tells us our OpenGL and sets the background colour. Yep. We're initializing some game data. Now this needs to change to entities. This is where the entities come in from here. So we should really be using now a model warehouse with init shelves. Okay. Now, do we have the models in display? Yes, we have resource. We need to wean it off our testbob BMP, which is 2 dimensionals, into our tech level 3 Bob, who is 3 dimensions. Okay, so has that got the text piece in? Yeah, it's got shelf text. Bob in gold. Okay, so that's how we're going to use our warehouse. Lovely. Okay, so yeah, I think that's going to be the start. We need to reference this. So this is now going to be a reference sheet. And on this side, all we're going to do is we're going to have a look at close you lot now. Display. It's a source. Yeah, that's right. And it's core, and I want to go here first. Okay. So I've already got our display there. Oh, there's my keyboard. It's over there. Right, bring my keyboard back. Hello, keyboard, my old friend. Hash include. Oh, and everything's working now, is it? Oh, good. There's my model warehouse. Excellent. So right, so for model warehouse we need the following. We need the data loader and we need the OBJ loader. Don't like it. No, I want it. Yeah, we'll do it here. I'll put space in. Hash include. We are going to need Amber SL API and data loader. Hash include Amber SL. Model loaders is in models. OBJ loader. Which isn't the OBJ loader of choice, but it's the one we've got at the moment. And then we can have a model warehouse. Models, model textured. That's what comes out of it. Which is the actual model. Okay. Hash include. And let's see. Models, model textured. That's that one. You're coming out of it, and then everything else doesn't matter. Lovely. Okay. And this is why I need to do more work on this, because it's got too many includes. I just really want to be able to hash include model warehouse. It'll do everything for me, but at this stage it's not going to. That's fine. That's fine. So out of all of this lot, we are going to need what do I actually use in the here? This is more interesting to me now. Master renderer. We'll come back to you. Window update. Camera move window. Okay. And of course the thing is what we create. Okay. So all we need is a window update at the end of it. Wow. That's looking a bit easier than I expected. Because the only thing that we need here is a model warehouse. We don't need anything else. That's the only thing that has to be kept, as it were. According to this, we're already getting the window. Oh, righty. That makes it even easier. Okay. And who do I want? Just model warehouse, don't I? There it is. There we go. Well, model warehouse, that's it. That's all we should need. Everything else is just helpers, as it were. On-the-spot helpers, and not really reused, are they? At this point, anyway. Lovely. That makes it easier. Model warehouse. Do you need me to keep open a loader and an OBJ loader? I don't know. I'll tell me in the header file. No. Model shelf is the only thing that's kept alive. Once it's loaded, it's loaded. It don't care. That's fine then. That makes our job easier. So, that's all we need. M_model warehouse, and we just need to make sure we initialize it. So, M_model warehouse. I need to just call it a null pointer for now. There we go. And it slots in between these two. Lovely. That cuts down on the rubbish we need to carry. So, game state data. Alrighty. Let's just copy some of this out. So I'm looking at U-lines there. And let's get these working. So let's have a look. We got Amber SO. You'll do that. Oh, it isn't. It's Amber. Don't need the SL on it. Okay. Amber model loaders. Doesn't sound right to me. Okay. Amber. Yeah, it is. Model loaders. And this is now m_model warehouse equals a new Amber model warehouse, open brackets. We need, oh, it doesn't tell us, but I know what we need. It's here. We need nothing. Okay. Lovely. And then here we just have Amber. This is where I disagree with myself. We have to keep this. This is the models. This is Bob. M_Bob. We haven't got an M_Bob, so we're going to make one. And that can go in here, can't it? And we'll need a pointer for him, because he's a star. That was a good joke. Oh. He is our star player, is our Bob. So can we have one, please? And again, M_Bob. Just put to a null pointer for now. That's okay. And can we delete him afterwards, please? Just before the warehouse. It's pretty obvious that Bob's just needs a couple of brackets to be a warehouse, or just needs to change slightly and he becomes a warehouse shelf. But for now he's our Bob, and that's what I'm going to call him until we don't need him anymore, type of thing, and we can use the shelf properly. Okay. And yeah, that's not looking good there. So we've got Bob, copy, paste, and delete that to init the shelves. But what are we returning? We are just returning that. So I just want the address. I don't want the shelf, I just want the address. Okay. Righty. So Bob exists now. Now, because Bob exists, we can make him into an entity. Bob the entity. Ah, bless. Alrighty. That's you two. You can pop along for the fun. And no, I don't want to make an entity at this point in time. We've got the user positions and other users' positions, but I don't actually want to make an entity out of Bob, because that means we've got to draw him. That's interesting. So like we've given him position X and Z, what we require for our entities is slightly more than that. It's a vec3 for position, which we now have, by the way, in maths. That's interesting. Now for testing, we're going to make one. We're going to make an entity. But I am going to have to mark it down for testing. So, for testing, we shall draw the user Bob. Later, the user does not need to be drawn. Comma, just other users. Does that make sense? We're in 3D now. It's not like 2D where you've got to be able to see yourself. When you're in 3D, you don't see yourself, because that's where you're looking from. That's where your camera is. At the moment, we're not going to do that. We're not going to tie the camera to ourselves. So, we are just going to make a few adjustments to this. We're going to make a set of entities. May as well do it here. So this is going to be Entities Corner. Create entities. This is why I don't like the entity system, because it works this way, which isn't a bad thing, but it's not a good thing. It's not something I like. I want to make this a lot simpler than it actually is. So back here, what we have to do now is create all of these entities, but the problem is we have to store them all. Does that make sense? We haven't just got a set of models now to store, we've now got a set of entities to store. So, V. This will be Amber entities, which we don't have. and that's an M camera. It's got to be a new one. Okay. So we need camera, light, terrain, and Bob's entity. Which, I'm not happy with this idea. Because what happens here is this. I mean, the entities really want to be taken totally out of this. And, well, we'll see. We'll see if I have any good ideas on that. So we're going to include all the entities here, which is Amber, SL. Guess it's going to be entities, and then it's going to be camera. But you can see how messy. I mean, this is only done once. I mean, it's not as many includes, and it's not as messy as it could be compared to other systems. This is trivial. Entities, camera, light, hash include. I don't, even though I don't like it, I'm not a big fan. Because it does mean we can use the entity component system though, which is amazingly good. But do we have to? No, not really. Camera, light, terrain, and of course the biggies. I should really include it first. Hash include Amber SL, entities, and of course entity, the signature one. So for each of these we now have to make something. And we'll do it after Bob. No, we won't. We'll do it after UDPnet this time because this could change. So, Amber entity. I'm only going to make one because that's all we're doing at the moment. We're not doing multiple entities. And there we go, entity. And this is going to be star M underscore Bob as an entity. Yeah. We've now got Bob the model. This is going to be Bob the entity. Amber colon entities colon. What was the next one up? Camera. Camera is just going to be star M underscore camera. So our camera now gets stored here. Yeah. Amber colon entities. And what we got here? Camera light. I mean, it's good that it's all done for us, but you know, it's actually quite nice because it just does generate a language, and that's the whole point of this. It's supposed to generate a language, and that's the whole point. And that's terrain, and that will give us a star M underscore terrain, which we'll come back to, obviously, because there's a lot more to do with terrain than we really want to admit to. So where are we? There, please, thank you. Just pop you there as we go back here to initialize them all. So I said after you, comma, M underscore Bob entity is a null pointer, comma, M underscore camera is a null pointer. There's a reason for that. I don't want to do any initializations at the top of core display. Only the network needs to be initialized. All this lot does not need to be initialized, because as you remember, if you initialize things, I did that test a bit back where I said, look at the order of things being created. It'll affect the order in which things are created if I start putting new stuff all over the place, and it'll just be a complete nightmare of a mess. So I'm not going to do it. Underscore light is going to be a null pointer. Also makes the this bit a bit easier and M-terrain and faster. There we go. That's everything. Yeah. Delete M-terrain. Delete light. Delete camera. See, it's not hard to follow, really, the rules of C++. It can just be annoying at times, and that's Bob the entity. The biggie. Big Bob. There we go. All done. Now we can create our entities from here. We'll do them in the same order that they're done on screen. So let's do camera equals a new Amber entities camera. Do you need anything? No, I don't think you do. Nope, nothing's set there. Okay. And we just put that into a pointer. And the vec3s are now amber colon vec3s. So position the light. Amber. And we should include maths. Yeah. Hash include amber maths. There we go. We should include it. But, I mean, it's included in other things, so it was quite happy and just came up straight away, but I don't want to rely on that. So light becomes m underscore light equals a new amber entities light with an amber vec3. Another one. And that looked alright to me. Yeah, that's fine. Terrain. You can see how easy it is to convert things now into this new idea. Equals a new, and that's going to be an amber, and it becomes, well, very easy to use. That, we need the loader, we've got loader.texture, we've got, that's got the terrain in it. Yeah, you're fine, excellent. And this is Bob the entity now, so we'll get rid of all of that bit. And you're going to be m underscore Bob entity equals a new. Whoops. Equals a new amber entities, and entity. The textured model is mbob. So you can come out of there. And that is the dereferenced m_bob. That's an amber vector. If anybody actually does like what I'm doing here, I mean, with all of this stuff, please say. I mean, Amber SL is ready to use, even though I'm still adding to it. If anybody wants a copy of it, let me know. Just chuck us an email. I'll bundle it up into either a zip file or whatever you want. Just state how you want it delivered, and I'll throw it over to you. It's all yours. You can do with it as you like. It's not noted, though. I don't think I noted any of it. But you do. I will give you, obviously, the sandbox as well to go with it, because that's like my template on how to use it. As you can see here, I'm using it as a template here. So that's you lot done there. Cancel. Sorry. You got alterations. So now we've done all of this lot, and we've stored it all. We're now into this bottom bit. Now, can't use all of this lot now, can I? Because the rules have changed. It's no longer an XY position. As you noticed, I've changed to XZ already in preparation. But that might go awry as well at this point. So we'll see. We'll see. Just get this light out of the way. So that I can see the return. There we go. So there's no real point in us doing what we were doing before, and well, rendering that. Log off, return log off. If message type 0, you stay. Okay, how are we doing this? So, current game state from the server. We receive it by a message. So this is now the messaging. Right. And that's the shutdown. Where do we actually do the rendering? Because this is all on pushbacks. Alright, let's look at this properly. Is the application doing the rendering? Ah, yes. It's not there anymore, is it? So, now what we need here is m_core display to render all. That's what we need there. It's got all the information. It doesn't need any information from here. So we can just ask core display to render all. So let's do that then, core display. It's a void render all. Update. Yeah, void. And it's just going to be a render. I'm going to do this in capitals because I can. All It's an angry render all. How's about that? And that means we need a new thingy. In our core display. And it goes here. That's that. Core display, please. Let's make you a member. There we go. And this is going to be the same as the other one, which is now in the GUI source. Core GUI. Shut down, yeah, okay, so just a bit up, init, init shut down, send message, render all, here it is. There we go. It's, oh, I've got it as a bool. Good one. Copy. Alrighty, we'll return that as a bool then. For exactly the same reasons. Core. There we go. All done. Display H. Yep, done. U. Done. Application is running equals. Okay. Is running. Oops. And we saw that that worked. Update core display. How was that working? So we need to look at core update in more detail because that's the information coming in from the server. So this is done now. Yeah. That's now done. Yeah. We've now got our all entities being. This lot doesn't actually matter for a minute or two. Don't know if that'll will that run a build task on itself? See how we're doing on 60. Ah, yeah, because I put that and in. Sorry. We'll do it the other way around. If it says it's permissive, I will change it round, shall we? And let's just try again. Yeah, we're okay with that now. Fine. So that means we now have a load of entities to use, as we did here. So, alrighty. I'm just going to copy this out because this is our test. Do we need clear screening? No, because clear screen is in the renderer. And I know that. Actually, what we could do is just do that. Yeah, and change that line there. Okay, V. Alrighty, let's see if we can get it up on screen. I mean, that's the first thing that we really should be doing. So m_camera. This allows the camera to move. And that needs an m_window. So yes, I do remember how it's done. And it needs that. Okay. This is Bob entity. So m_Bob the entity. Increase rotation, that's fine. Master renderer, do we have one? Nope. No, I'll need an include somewhere, I think, here. There. What does the master renderer need? Does it need anything? Where is it created in here? Oh, it's created just above. Alright. It needs quite a bit. It needs window and camera. Okay, so it comes there. Hash include Amber SL rendering engine, I'm guessing. Master renderer, wow. Surprise, surprise. And you come here. So yeah, oops, made an extra line too many. So Amber, colon, render engine. Master renderer. And that's your master renderer. Yep, that's okay. We'll take one of them. And in core display, we'll do the usual functions. I didn't save it. We'll do the usual functions at the top. Comma. m_master renderer. And again, null pointer. I don't want to slow down the creation of MMO display by creating a master renderer in the constructor. Yikes, that would slow it down a lot. You can see that this has got a lot of variables that we can get rid of. So that will happen later. At the moment, this is prototyping, so tough. And we are going to do that as the last thing on here. m_master renderer equals a new Amber colon render engine master renderer. Does it need anything? Yep. It needs m_window and m_camera. Both of those have to be dereferenced. Okay. Alrighty. That's you done. So I'm trying to leave that one bit alone. So your m_, and that's a pointer. to m underscore dereferenced. You are m underscore get rid of that, and you are Bob entity now, aren't you? Star m underscore Bob entity. Fantastic. Looking good already. M underscore. And that is star m underscore light, star m underscore light, and star m underscore camera. And that's it. Everything else should work nicely. Okay. That's just exactly the same as what we've got here. Same terrain, same Bob, same everything. It's our test. Is now in core display. That's all I'm doing at the moment. I'm not sure if I need to do anything here, but let's see if we can actually get something moving here. This is display. Yeah, okay. Okay, that's good news. Just close that and it'll tell us. Exception has occurred, segmentation fault at star Bob init shelves. Right, okay, that's fine. Do I know why? Yeah, of course I do. It's because of the way I'm messing around with pointers. M model warehouse init shelves. Muppet, what are you doing? That's a lead. You don't pull on that. That pulls my ears off. Thank you. So we have to return to model warehouse and alter that because it's going to cause us a segmentation fault. This is the kind of thing that I was expecting. So it's in here. And init shelves. So that should be there, a star. And that should be a star. Otherwise this is never going to work. And the segmentation is because we were messing around and of course this has got pointers in. So really what we want to do here, you see, we just want to return that. And that's why, because we were converting it one way and then converting it back again. It's like, why bother? Just send it as a blooming pointer in the first place, because it's going to a pointer. Alright, let's see if that'll perk up now. It makes sense. Terminal, run build, and that was Ambracel. Okay. Back in core display. Just do that. And let's try it again. Okay, here we go. Okay, I've actually got a thingy up there. Alright. Ah, right, yeah, I've got the same problem here. No match for operator equals. Okay. I know what that means. Righty-o. That means that we have to make that into a main loop. And I have to put more thought into how this is used. That's an interesting one. Oh, right, yeah, I see what you mean. I need to take the star off there, did I? Right, that isn't correct. Mbob isn't correct. That init shells is not correct. I've done it wrong. I know it's my new stuff that's going to be cocking it up, and I just realised what I've done. I've just done that, haven't I? Yeah. Well, that's wrong. It works because of the way I've written it, but it's wrong. Okay. Dum 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 dum. Init shells. Model shelf is what? Model shelf has got a pushback on it. Model shelf is that. This is wrong. That's what it should be. Yep. I've written this one wrong. That's our return value. Not that. Now it makes more sense. It is that simple. But what we need now is that in here, which comes in model, textures, models. Yeah, it comes in here. That becomes that. You can get rid of that. And that becomes amber colon, yeah. Have we got vectors? Yeah, we have. Amber. What's wrong with that? Nothing, okay. So mbob is actually a vector. So that isn't mbob at all. That's a shelf. From the model warehouse. Which is why it doesn't convert right. Look, it even says in here, model shelf. Bob the entity is still there, but we can't use it like I'm trying to use it. So that is no longer true. Mbob, come out of here. You're just not having a good day. Go on. Go find somewhere else to play. I wasn't talking to you, Muppet. Ah, dear. So this is now an M shelf. M_shelf. Okay. So when we come to getting the Bob entity, that's wrong. That's going to be M_shelf 0. And you want value, I guess. So, with that in mind, first of all, let's just do a few rebuilds here. Run a build task on AmberSL. Okay, now I've got it right. Does help. Run build task on display. That looks okay. Let's see how far we can get this time. I haven't addressed everything, so not very far, but we can try. Oh. Wow, I wasn't expecting that. Sorry, but can you repeat that, please? What? Can you rebuild? Why didn't it rebuild with that? What? MMO display 3D. Alrighty, we have a screen without our person on it, but we have the screen. Fantastic. That's as far as I need that. Oh, click on screen does help. Yeah, I've got movement on it. So yeah, the camera does tell us how it's going to be moved in the end. So yeah, we can use that. That's fine. I've got no mouse control. Okay. Does this work? Yep, it does. Wow. Equals a new entity stable. I don't think that's quite working as intended. I'm surprised at the end that one is. I'm surprised that half of those are. I need to look into that one though, because I don't like this. Entities. Imagine I don't like entities anyway. But hey ho. What I'm thinking... No, they're being held inside as stars. Oh, damn it. I'm just thinking pull it out first and then use it. Instead of putting that mess in there. But what would that look like? That would look like... oh! Yeah. Will that work? Amber, colon. Models. Colon. Model textured. bob equals, but it wouldn't be, would it? It'd be star bob equals m underscore shelf 0. That would be correct. That puts Bob into local. So that copies him into local and then places him into the entity. Interesting. I mean, for what it's worth, it's correct, but will it make an effect? I doubt it. No, it doesn't affect the outcome of this, where it can't do anything with it. It can't render it because it's not there to render. That's interesting. I'll have to look into how the entities are being made, I think, for that one. I think that's where, you see, this is a problem with OpenGL and also with C++, is OpenGL it knows that it's already got, we've got the models no matter what. That isn't a shelf of models. That's just a shelf of references to models, which are on the graphics card. What I'm thinking is we might be better combining these two to just give a block of entities and a shelf. This needs work on. Right, so entity creation needs work on. Update the core display, mate. Now, I've just ignored it all the way through because I know what it does. It alters positions. That's all it does. Just alters positions of where the Bob models are located. There's one for other users, and I think there's one for us as well there. So, there's a log off, which we have to return as well. So that's got nothing to do with what we're doing. That's interesting though, but we do have now the terrain. We don't have the entities, which we have the camera. We obviously have the light and we have the terrain. These entities are working fine, but they are straightforward entities. But when we come to create an entity and place it into the screen, let's just see what I am doing. 0.5 meter up and 3 meters in. Okay, yeah, we should be able to see it. Because we haven't moved the camera. Yeah, we just put the camera 0.5 meter up, yeah. I'll come back to that one. I want to look at that. That's interesting to me. More that we get it working on our test, but then we've altered it and it's not working, which I find interesting. But I want to look at this. So I'm just going to type in here. And I'm also going to make a note on here. So we've initialized and we've updated. So we've actually done those two, by the way. That's actually done. Right. Okay. So that's done and that's done. But it has a side effect. Relook. Entities. And that's how I've got to work. I can't stop and program if we are doing this, because at the moment all we're trying to do is integrate, and it's worked so far. We've actually got something on screen which is amazing. That's more than I could have hoped for. Now we're going down to redo input plugin. Yeah, this will actually, can I get a big thing and just do that on it? Yeah, I can. So all of this done is, oh, fantastic. Yeah, that works nice. So I've done all this. Get rid of it. Got a big eraser. It doesn't come with the pen, unfortunately. It's a mouse left button for that. So we'll just get rid of all this lot. Lovely. And we'll just grab a coffee. And we'll do part 3. Uh, 10 mins. Max. Alright, I'll be back. Just give us 10 mins. I need a coffee. a look. I don't think we really need to do much with that. That would be interesting, though. I don't think we really need to change it. Not yet, anyway. Let's take a closer look and see what we have. That's going to be the best idea. Alright, so I'm happy with that as far as it goes. Alrighty. Let's get settled in with a cup of coffee and see what happens next. Oh, love it. I love it all. Fantastic. Programming the easy way today. I'm not doing anything difficult. So, what we got now? Amber SL. Corrections to warehouse. That's that done. And display is integrating Amber SL. So that's done now. That's integrated. That's good news, and that's good news. Let's get that done. Fantastic. All done. Now, where's the red dot? Why can't I see the red dot? Oh, because there isn't one. Thank you. Silly machine. GUI. Resource is okay. Source. Input. We really aren't doing much here. All we're looking for is scan codes. We're not going to get scan codes anymore. Right, so how does the camera do it? Well, let's take a look. Entities, camera. Right, the camera does it this way. What it has is display win and then that. So I'm going to take that as a template. Oh, it does have everything good. Right. Copy you. That's our template. Oh, my throat's going a bit. I knew it was going to go. That's why I stopped for coffee. Oh, excuse me. So I've got a template from the camera, which I thought we would have. And that's this. So what we need right, okay, I think we can do this. Where do we check keyboard? Oh my god. Oh, let's get rid of this frog in my throat. So the camera is using GLFW. and we're using SDL. So this is not going to hack it, but it's the kind of thing that we want to do. Everything's correct. It's just we want to check if we want to check the window if the keys are pressed. So it's WASD again. Yeah, okay. It's just true. Alrighty. So we're just changing the if statement, aren't we? Yeah. That's W. Goes in W, obviously. Next one is S. That's that one. Paste. Delete. Thank you. What's next? D. My eyesight is going today badly. Oh well. It means I should put my glasses on. But I'm alright. I'll be fine for now, because all I'm doing is this. And A. Is that the one there? Alright, let's make sure everything's alright there. Yeah, that's okay. So we need the input data. What we don't need is that keyboard stuff. We just need win, which is that. And that will be amber. Now for that to work, we have to change the header file. Okay, header file, come here, you. You're not needed at all anymore. We're not using SDL2 here. We are going to be using... Get out of it. Amber. SL. What happened there? Oh no, don't tell me we've got one of these stupid ones again. We do have Amber SL in here, don't we? Yeah. And it's going to complain about it, of course. That's okay. I don't know why it does this to me, but it does. So fine. Let it. No, it doesn't like uint 8. So you do need SDL in. Alrighty. There we go, I'll get rid of that. It's for the UDP stuff. It needs it. But that basically will work. Like that. And that's all there is to it. It's automatic. The window already has is key pressed in it. That's been pre-programmed. So, yeah, there's not really much to do. I'm sorry, that's it. Yeah. My bad. Didn't look very complicated to start off with. What we have to add, though, is a second input. Because that's keyboard. We also need mouse data, which we'll do later. It's obvious, really. We're just going to extend this to include mouse data and then have X and Y position. And we're just going to, clicks we need as well, don't we? Mouse clicks. So all of that is provided by Window 3D. We've got nothing to worry about there. That's that. Not interested in you. Interested in you. Input interface, check keyboard, keyboard result. Okay, where's our window? It's not here, so it's in here. Alrighty, so that's in the wrong place. Where is it? Application. Application, how are you doing this? Input interface. So you had the input interface in here. Okay. We can sort that out. Bye. Anything else need the input interface? Not really. That takes all that lot out, which takes those two lines out. That's looking better. Alrighty. Input interface we now need in here. From here. Hash include. Cut. Paste. And you. Cut. That's it done. You're out of the application now. And yeah, okay. Probably get moved there now. Input interface goes there, which means we now have an input interface. Yay! And underscore input interface. That's a new. And it's where? MMO GUI input interface. Yikes. It just says input interface. Yeah, right, MMO. Yeah, okay. A new input interface, open brackets, nothing. Alright. That's fair enough. There we go. Done that. So all we now need to do is there. M underscore input interface. And that's going to be that. Check keyboard. We need to check mouse. We need a display, which is M window. And we need an input data. Okay. uint 8. Which we don't store. So where did we get it from? Okay. We need to send. Okay. That's fine. That's that one, because then we were going to send it, weren't we? Init call send message. And it's a 2. Okay. That's fine then, we can do that. So that's a uint 8. That's it's a star. Uint 8 star data. Okay. And that just becomes data at this point because I can't think of a name. URD referenced. And semicolon wallop. And then it's send message to data. Semicolon. Right. That'll do it. And that will do it every time we render and get past the update. There is still not a render there. Oh, of course not, because we haven't got anything to render. We've got no models to render, have we? I'll have to think on that one. Buttons. We need buttons and things for the GUI, for the user to use to control the network and the game, depending on which mode they're in. I think we'll start with network mode and then go on to the game mode, because the network mode is the base layer, if that makes sense. So we are sending that message now again, so that will work. Lovely, we've tested all of that, it all works properly. Let's just make sure we're not duplicating effort. So it's just is running render all. It's fine. That will close the window as well. Or should do. So this is GUI. I mean, we're going to have to develop this GUI properly soon. Oh gosh, sorry. 21. No such file or directory. I'm tending to agree with you there. Okay. Got a feeling you might find it's a ... And it didn't give me any red squigglies or anything. It just says, make your own mistakes. I love it. It gives me red squigglies when it can find them. I guess that's the way this goes. Okay. game window, well, the GUI window's coming up perfectly, as you can see. We've got tons of this lot. Let's have a look at this lot. So let me just get this game window out of the way a sec. Actually, no, I can close it, can't I? Or not close it. It won't close. Right, GUI core H33 warning. Let's get to the top of the warnings. 33. Ah. It's not talking about 33, is it? 15. Yeah, we've got an ordering problem here. UDPNet will be initialized after the UDP network. How is that possible? I see what it's saying. There's your initialized UDP. Well, that's in the correct order. Hold on a minute, is there something in application about this? What does application hold? Just the core GUI. That's all. We're down to 1. We shouldn't be using anything else. But as soon as we initialize core GUI, we are going to initialize. This is one of these horrible things where it upsets it. Why use null pointers? Window has nothing to do with that. Okay. SDL init. Initialize. Yeah. Ah. Gotcha. SDL has to be initialized before you can initialize the UDP network. That's a null pointer. That is a null pointer. It's got to come here. You can't have it being initialized before. Sorry, you can't have a new before SDL init. I think that's what it's going on about. And then it says interface. Alright, okay, fine. Let's just close this lot off. we'll see what happens now, shall we? Oh no, I just want a build, please. Run a build task on the GUI. That's all I want. And we've still got warnings. Will be initialized after that. I don't know what it's talking about now. Warning. Input interface. What? In member function, blah blah blah, render all warning. Data is unused, uninitialized. In this, is used uninitialized in this function. That's right. Yes, it is. That's my bad. I can sort that one out. I'm not overly sure what it's complaining about on the other ones, because according to me I've got it correct. But according to this, I haven't. What it's saying is that equals a new uint 8. There we go. I think. I don't understand that. I'm not sure why I'd need to do that. It doesn't matter because it gets deleted by that bracket, because it's a local. Even with new on it. Split screen, please. I want to check the header. Okay, core GUI is a bit of a mess. So it's window, then it's input interface. Go there. Yeah, I know, it's pedantic, but it's true, it does. Then it's UDPnet, yeah, and then MR, yeah. Okay, that should do that. Take that off there. Remove a line, fine, okay. That should get rid of all of our silly warnings. I'll keep it open, alright. Run build task, GUI. Done it. There we go, that's the warnings done. I want a clean run on that, exec. Never ever trust the compiler to tell you everything on one compile. That's better. We've got a full recompile. That's going to work, or should work. And let's see if it does. This has to work, this button. And it does, yes. We've done it. We have done what we've set out to do for the day. That's redo input plugin for GLFW. It's just literally replacing a couple of lines and making sure that everything works properly. So everything works properly. We now have inputs, and we need to now get a model on screen which we can move around. That's the next next thing to do. So, we'll go back to you. Get rid of that. So, for Wednesday's tasks will be as follows. So, Tuesday was a complete and utter success. I'll do the saves in a minute. So, Wednesday. And that's going to be day 27. Wow. And what we're going to do is, or our main goal, might be a lot to do, I don't know. Main goal is to move Bob on screen. Not the camera, Bob. If time permits, that might be a good one in itself. Move camera. Which, as we already know, is set up to do that already. And then by Thursday, we might just be adding the mouse. And that will then be the final feature set for movement, won't it? We then have to go on to clicking on things. Yeah, that's a different subject in itself. All good fun though. I've got no idea how to do it, but we'll do it somehow. Relook at entities, yeah. That's all part of Wednesday now. So I'll just pop that up there. Save that. And that started off as a Monday. Yeah, save it as that. I don't care. Overwrite. Go ahead. Make my day. So you done? On here, we have now integrated GLFW. Fantastic. I'm really chuffed at that. So our program still works as intended, except for one slight problem. We can't see what's going on because I've got a feeling that he's not being placed in the place where we think he's being placed in. Yeah, anyway, it's one of those awkward OpenGL moments. They always happen, don't worry. OpenGL's a bit like that. Can be just one slight thing out and things ain't gonna do what they supposed to do. So now we will be looking at core display. Now we are definitely going to be looking at that 7475 line, and we are also now going to be looking very, very heavily at that lot and finding out exactly what's going on here, because we need that to be changed to 3D. And as you can see, Z's have already been put in. I did that by accident, just as an afterthought sometime. So that's where we're up to. I'd just like to thank you for all popping along today, and I hope you'll keep exploring C++, delving into its dark secrets of 3D, and of course, having fun. Catch you later.